Yo, what's going on guys, it's Cynical and welcome back to another episode of Sea Salt Snippets. Today for you guys we've got some spicy topics to talk about, so let's just dive straight into it. So within the recent interview between Tetsuya Nomura and Dengeki, Tetsuya Nomura actually touched upon the fact that we'll be able to utilize the Keyblade abilities, like of course the forms that will activate upon using that specific Keyblade, or of course the Keyblade transformation itself, as soon as we obtain that Keyblade. Now a lot of people have been wondering for some time, is there some sort of level up system behind the Keyblade? Will we have to use the Keyblade for a certain amount of time before being able to actually utilize the transformation or the form itself? And Tetsuya Nomura has recently confirmed that we can actually use the abilities attached to that Keyblade as soon as we obtain it. So here is the news. Nomura said, regarding battle actions, everything is pretty elaborate. Like I mentioned earlier, the transformations are unique to each Keyblade. When using the Olympus Keyblade, it transforms into a shield. Also, in the recent footage, arrows and a bazooka were used alongside each other. Once you acquire the Keyblade, you can immediately start using the abilities seen in the footage. So that's the confirmation right there. It doesn't seem to be that there's going to be some sort of level up system attached to the Keyblade, or at least attached to the Keyblade in order to utilize its abilities. This of course means that as soon as we obtain the Keyblade, we can straight away from the get-go start utilizing the form. So I gather that because of the fact that the Kingdom Key is by default the Keyblade that you start with, I gather that we can actually start using second form straight away, which actually is pretty exciting because second form looks like a lot of fun, being able to obviously use the abilities from Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2 mashed together. I'm really excited to use it. I mean, preferably speaking, I would have actually liked a kind of level up system with the Keyblade, where you get to like level 5 with the Keyblade, you unlock its, first transformation or first form, and then when you get to like level 10 with the Keyblade, you would unlock its final transformation or its final form type thing. And not only like unlocking forms and transformations within this Keyblade level up thing, but also increasing its stats and unlocking bonus attachments and whatnot. A system like this might actually still be implemented into the game, as Tetsuya Nomura in the past has actually talked about this possibility, but from the seams of it, if there is some sort of Keyblade level up system that will be in Kingdom Hearts 3, obviously the transformations and the forms will not be attached to it. Also within the Dengeki interview, Tetsuya Nomura briefly touched upon the dive mechanic that of course we see being utilized within the 2017 Orchestra trailer and the most recent D23 trailer. Now, this is something that I think blew a lot of people's minds upon, of course, first seeing it within the 2017 Orchestra trailer. It's obviously something that we've never seen before in a Kingdom Hearts game. And of course, because of the fact that Square Enix are trying to focus on a greater sense of scale when looking towards the height of things within the worlds, from what Tetsuya Nomura has said in the Dengeki interview, this is a way of making the fall feel a little bit more realistic. So this is the news right here. In the video we can see Sora falling from high heights spread-eagled. Is this some kind of special action? Nomura said it was a way to make the fall more realistic. Depending on what you do at the time, it will do a different move. So pretty much when Sora jumps off something high enough and he's in the air for a certain amount of time, eventually he'll switch into this free-falling animation, which is pretty cool to know. It adds to the whole realism factor. And obviously, like I was saying before, worlds are trying to get that sense of scale where we can literally climb up to very high points in the world space. However, what I do find very interesting is he said right here, depending on what you do at the time, it will do a different move. Now, so far, we've only actually seen one ability being used within this free-falling mechanic. And in the most recent Toy Story trailer, that move is known as Diving Strike. In the 2017 Orchestra trailer, it was just simply called Dive Attack. But of course, Sora within both of those trailers, he's performing the exact same move, so I'd say that Dive Attack was just a tentative name for the ability itself. So I'd say Diving Strike is now its final name. But it's interesting because we don't actually see any other abilities popping up when he's at a different height. And what I kind of gather from this is, say Sora is about 20 meters from the ground. At that point, we can most likely perform the move Diving Strike. But what if, say, Sora's at 40 meters above the ground? Maybe it might pop up with a different ability to use. So depending on what specific height we are from the ground itself, maybe there's different moves that we can use. As we get closer and closer and closer to the ground, different abilities pop up. Now, we don't see any other abilities pop up within the trailers, but of course things are, as of right now, still in development. And of course we don't actually see Sora fall from an extremely high height within the Toy Story trailer. We do in the 2017 Orchestra trailer, but judging from the fact that Diving Strike was known as Dive Attack, things were still not finalized. And last up for today, Square Enix have recently listed separate items from the Kingdom Hearts 2.5 Collector's Edition onto their online store for members' reward points. So unfortunately, if you guys are wanting to pick up a few of these items with cash, well, unfortunately you cannot do so. You actually have to use the Square Enix members' reward points. And in case you guys don't know, when you buy things off the online store, you actually in return receive reward points. The items that are available out of the Collector's Edition for reward points are the Kingdom Hearts 2.5 Steel Case, the Kingdom Hearts 2.5 Limited Edition Pin, the Kingdom Hearts 2.5 art book, as well as the art book dust jacket. And also, if you guys are actually wondering, whereabouts is the Heartless plush? Is the Heartless plush part of this? You can actually buy the Heartless plush separate for $35, but unfortunately it is not part of the reward section. Now keep in mind, this is only for the North American online store, like most of the time, which is always just so unfortunate, mainly because of the fact that they don't do worldwide shipping. So yeah, in that sense it kind of sucks, but of course for you American fans, that's a pretty sweet deal right there. If you guys do have some points floating around, make sure to check this out. I think this is really cool on Square Enix's behalf because I know that a lot of people ended up missing out on the Collector's Edition, and in a sense this is kind of a way of giving back to the people who ended up missing out. Of course, you're not getting the Collector's Edition in its entirety, but Square Enix, as of right now, are allowing people to pick up certain different items from the Collector's Edition for reward points, so I think that's pretty sweet. But anyway guys, that's all the news and information for today. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day. In the comment section down below, let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions towards today's news. And until next time guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.